Okay, Ricky, we've just come out of Wembley. We've had a little chat beforehand, but Man United have just won the FA Cup over Manchester City. Can you believe it?
I'm absolutely astonished, and I can't tell you how happy I am. I'm absolutely over the moon, I really am.
Sum up the game, sum up your thoughts, tell me what you're thinking. How did Ten Hag do it?
Well, Ten Hag did it. I know a lot of people, look, before I say this, Bruno Fernandes had a fantastic game today. He was absolutely fantastic. But we would not have won this game if Bruno didn't get injured and miss a few games. He got injured, he missed a few games, and against Arsenal, against Brighton, against Newcastle, he picked a midfield of McTominay, Mainu and Amrabat. 3 games on the bounce. We were unlucky against Arsenal. We got beat 1-0. It was a decent effort. Played well against Newcastle. We beat Brighton. And today we've come here and City hardly created a chance. We've got that 3-man midfield that I've banged on about for ages and ages. And he would not have fallen on that if Bruno wasn't injured. Bruno would have been one of the 3 midfield players. Don't get me wrong, Bruno played great in that false 9 today. He was absolutely brilliant. But without that 3-man midfield, by the time we scored a goal, we probably would have been 2 down.
Another player that maybe in the past you've been slightly critical of, Varane and Martinez.
Yeah.
Together today, thoughts?
Solid. Look, everybody can't even Rashford, you know, miles better than he normally is. It was a proper team effort, and the shape of the team. Rashford was behind the ball, Garnacho was behind the ball, and we've spoken on the show many times where I've said, don't worry about who's going to score a goal or who's going to create a goal. When you're playing against a team like that, it's all about stopping them. And if you look at our first goal today, it's a long hopeful ball by Dalot, and they make a mess of it, and Garnacho's got an empty net. Don't worry about creating chances or scoring goals. Worry against teams like that about stopping them. If you don't, there's no point scoring a goal or 2 if they get 5. It's all about stopping them.
Man United, in my opinion, have just beat the best team in the world to win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Does Ten Hag need to think about setting up like that more often?
We should play like that all the time. We need to make it difficult for teams to get through us. We could mention many games. Wolves at Old Trafford, although we beat them, they should have had 5. Bournemouth at Old Trafford scored 3. They could have had 6. We need to be more compact. We need 3 midfield players, as I've said many times on the show, and I also said on a show last week that the manager's he's only fallen on it accidentally. He should have been doing this for 2 years. Where that leaves Bruno, by the way, I don't know. He might try and fit Bruno back in there. Well, he might not be the manager. He might try and fit Bruno back in there, but Bruno's playing in a different position, a position where he might not decide to play with a false 9. But you cannot have Bruno in that 3-man midfield, and I believe, look, I've got people saying to me, we were crap against Palace, we were crap against Arsenal. It's not true, we were all right against Arsenal. And then Bruno came back into the team, we've started playing better. But Bruno came back into the team when them 3 midfield players are in there. And those 3 midfield players, first thing you've got to do is stop the opposition, and that gives you a chance to get on top.
Eric Ten Hag, a lot of talk about Eric Ten Hag's future. You've been very vocally Eric Ten Hag out. I have to say, 2 cups back-to-back years. Does that give him a chance of staying?
It might do. I don't know how they're thinking about that.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
The second manager to beat Pep Guardiola in a cup final.
Is that all? Yeah.
Major final, yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic, but at the same time, don't forget what I said. If Bruno didn't get injured, we wouldn't have had that midfield playing today, and that midfield made it so difficult for City to get through us. You've got to stop them. It's got to be the most 4-4 in your mind has got to be stopping them. And Amrabat, McTominay and Mainu all play more defensively than Bruno does, so the midfield is the important thing. If Bruno played great as a false 9, absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, as a false 9, he also gets back well and helps defend well. But you know, you can't. We don't want him playing in a midfield 3. We don't.
I have to ask you, Amrabat, would you sign him for 20 million?
Is that what it's got to be? I probably would, yeah.
You would. Scott McTominay, thoughts on him today?
Fantastic. All that midfield three, fantastic. A lot of people don't realise the importance of someone, the energy that McTominay's got. He's got up and down, won a few free kicks. We used a tactic where Onana, when he kicked it long, it was always aimed at McTominay. It doesn't look pretty. People don't realise how important it is, though. It's really vital that we've got someone that we can aim at, and it stops them. He didn't win every ball, but he won a few balls. He brought one down on his chest, he flicked an header on, he won a free kick. All them tiny little things, and I'm sat in there wishing the minutes away. Each time one of them things happen, I'm looking at the clock, there's another half a minute gone.
In terms of man of the match, Ricky,
yeah.
Who stood out to you? Who are you going to give it to?
Oh, that's put. All the defenders were fantastic. I want to give I know we only played 20 minutes. I want to give a shout out to Johnny Evans. You would not believe. Look, let's be honest. No fans would have thought Johnny Evans is going to play 20 minutes against City in an FA Cup final and we're going to beat them. So fantastic, Johnny Evans. But obviously only 20 minutes. But I think, look, Bruno's got a fair shout. I think they gave it to Mainu. But I think it's got to be one of the defenders, really. Having said that, do you know what? I'm going to go Amrabat.
Going to go Amrabat. I think that's a really good shout. Lastly, I just wanted to sum it up, Ricky, because we've had some really tough times this season. I know how much you hate City. How did, honestly, that feel at the full-time whistle?
I can't tell you how exciting it was. When I was sat in my seat and I'm thinking, we're getting close. Like I say, I was wishing the minutes away every half a minute. The lads I was sat with, during the game, a lad said to me, there's only 10 minutes gone. And I said to him, don't worry, in another minute, there'll be 11 minutes gone. Do you know what I mean? So he's just wishing the minutes away. I forgot what the question was now. But
how did it feel?
It just felt fantastic.
Well,
absolutely
Ricky,
fantastic.
It's the end of the season.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
We are here, Wembley,
Yeah.
just behind us. Sign off for me.
Look, I don't know if he's going to keep his job. From what he's done overall, I would say he's got to go. Although today was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Well done to Eric Ten Hag. I'll tell you what I want to mention. Paul Scholes spoke on a clip where he said he can't believe the shape of our team when you've got McLaren there, who used to work for hours on end with the team when he was a player, when Scholes was a player, working on the team shape. And Scholes, he actually said, I can't believe McLaren is allowing this to happen. So whether it's to do with Steve McLaren, I don't know, but I get that. The team shape today was wonderful, and it's normally useless. The difference is astonishing.
I would say the final words is team shape.
Team shape.
Ricky,
Team shape, team shape, team shape.